Well, good morning, everybody, I think. Oh, there we go. Okay, good. I was having some trouble on my side. There we go. Hang on now. I'm probably going to disconnect this and have to start all over, so hang on one sec. No, I did it. Hey, I did it. Hey, all right. Hey, everybody, good morning. It's Monday. It is September 11th. A day that shall live in infamy, I suppose. Okay, that was our moment of silence, though. So anyway, it's September 11th, it's Monday, I'm here with the kittens in the annex, and what can I tell you about what's going on here? I just brought them this ball track. That's the first time they've had a real ball track, besides that purple thing, which also probably counts. And I brought them the hex bug. I really brought the ball track so I would have a place to contain the hex bug. My concern was if I just turned it on in here, it would either get stuck behind the bench or go out under the door into the house, which is fine. Neither one of those things would, cause any damage, but it would be unfortunate. So that's why I put it in the middle of a ball track. Now, this kind of ball track, of course, is segmented, but with the other kind, the Ktten brand of ball track, they have those segments. The Ktten brand has the segments that are have a hump in them, and then they have the flat segments. And if you get the Ktten brand and take just the flat segments and put them together, you can put a hex bug in the track and it runs all around. It's great. It won't get up the hump ones though. It can't manage. I know how that is these days. So, all right. I changed the way my screen looks again. I was hoping it would make it easier for me to see everything, but now the writing on the chat is so tiny. It's hard for me to see. I wonder if I can change that without killing the chat, without killing the stream. I'm going to give it a try, okay? And this time, if I do accidentally kill it, I will just start it over again. But let's hope I don't. I'm getting a little better at not doing that. Oh, of course, though, the way the Android UI is laid out, the button I need to hit is sharing the exact same screen space with the exit button. That's not going to work. Okay, well, never mind then. So, what's the agenda? There's nothing on the agenda for this week, believe it or not. The only thing that needs to be done, of course, is for us to find applicants and adopters for the older kittens that we will go see in just a minute. But other than that, there's no vet appointments this week, nothing like that going on that's any big deal, so it should be hopefully a little bit easy. In theory, I should be recovering from my vacation and getting back to work this week, but I think in my defense, I still have not discovered even the plot of Starfield. I don't know where it's going or what the major concern is. So I feel like if I were to keep playing, I'd be somewhat justified in that, wouldn't I? I don't know. That's just me making excuses, so. Yeah, boy, I really can't read the chat without getting my face right in there. I don't think I'll be able to change it, though, without definitely disconnecting us, so I'm just going to have to go with what we got there. Oh, I see. Just everyone writes in all caps so Mr. A can see. Elise, Nick, and Hagi's mom. That's funny. It's still hard to read, though, so no, it doesn't actually help all that much. I do think this is an improvement, though, so next time I'm just going to have to make the font bigger, and then we'll set it up the same way. We're getting closer to something that's really going to work for us here. Anybody? So we should definitely take a minute to weigh some babies today, even though I just put all their stuff away. It wasn't necessarily going to start this close-up, but once the hex bug started moving, I was like, all right, we got to do this little close-up here for this. That's always a fun toy for the kittens. They love these things. Normally, though, I do end up taking the little tail off. You can just buy the regular, they call it a hex bug nano, specifically. It's the hex bug nano. And they make one this is the one they market for cats. The normal hex bug nano is just this part, which is a bristle bot. They call it a bristle bot. It's their brand name, bristle bot. It's a hex bug. You can see it's about half the length of a finger and about the size. Same thing. It takes a little watch battery. It just it vibrates, and that makes these little legs move it forward. And then on the cat version, they've tied on this tail for the cats to chase. But honestly, I normally don't buy the cat version. I just buy the regular ones. And when I do get the cat version, I usually end up taking the tail off eventually if the kittens don't do it, because it just kind of gives it something to get caught on things, and the kittens don't seem to care one way or the other if it's there. They like to chase it and play with it anyway. So normally I get rid of the tail, but this one must be pretty new, I guess. I was looking for something to give these kids in the box, and I saw this first, so I have no idea how old it is. I'll tell you what I do have an idea about, though, is like 2 or 3 years ago, somebody sent us, and I think it must have arrived just after Halloween, so it went into the box of Halloween stuff rather than getting deployed or given away at any point. But it was 2 or 3 years ago, somebody sent us like a set of hex bugs, the nano version, exactly like this one, except with glow-in-the-dark skeletons on them for Halloween. And they came not in the regular hex bug container either. They came in these little coffins, and they're very cute. And I have to remember to get those out this Halloween because they're still brand new in the packaging, and they're sort of unique. I don't know if they make them every year. They probably do. But if they don't, maybe I shouldn't get them out of the packaging. Maybe I should just sell them for the kittens' endowments. I don't even know if the kids appreciate hex bugs anymore. For a while, they were a thing. So fun for them to be experiencing something completely new. Okay, I've said a few times, I think, and it's an obvious choice, but when people ask me my favorite thing about fostering, it's definitely watching how the kittens learn and discover the world and experience new things, and it's amazing to me. Not just that, but also I think it's just as fascinating in the ways that they don't do that, which is to say the things that they're born already knowing are just as fascinating as the things that they need to learn, because they come into the world with a bit more knowledge than I think most people expect. Certainly a lot more capable than, say, a human baby would be, or at least my impression of a human baby, I suppose. I've not spent that much time around actual newborns. So maybe I don't know. Maybe I've got them wrong. You can see, if you've never used a hex bug nano, and you understand it's just a very simple little robot. It really is just a little tiny, like a cell phone vibrator in there. And that's all it is. And then the way that the legs are shaped, people used to make these originally, they would make them out of the heads of toothbrushes. They would cut off the end of a toothbrush. You can see how it kind of looks like that, right? This would be the toothbrush bristles. So they would cut the head off of a toothbrush and glue a little cell phone vibrator to the top of the head of the toothbrush. That's why they're called bristle bots, like toothbrush bristles. And then you would put the little toothbrush head on the floor and turn on the little motor, and it would shake it. And the way that the vibrations work would cause it to move around, exactly like this one works. Except instead of being made from the head of a toothbrush, of course, this one took that same idea and turned it into a manufactured little product. I don't know why I was telling you that. I feel like I was going somewhere with that explanation of what is a bristle bot. I think I was just going to mention the fact that this particular design that they have made is shaped just right so that when it does fall over, it will shake itself back upright and continue to go, which is a very clever little innovation. And then you also see how the legs, instead of just being toothbrush bristles that are often kind of straight, and so the bug will go in random directions unless you weight it or take some steps to get it to go one way. These are all kind of curved so that when it vibrates, it moves forward specifically. So it's a clever little innovations on, what was a little hacker toy that we used to just build for fun. That I don't know that any of us really thought about monetizing in any way, but somebody did, and turned into something great. Really, it's better than just taking an idea that was out there and selling it and making some money on it, because that's the thing people do. But whoever put this together obviously put a little bit of engineering work into making it a better product. as well. So I like them. That's my point, I guess. They're well-made little things. Simple. Oh! I'm sorry. I touched his back. That's Ledger. He was not expecting me to touch him. Sorry, buddy. Another problem with that tail, of course, is the bigger cats, like Loganberry, will grab it by the tail and then throw it. I mean, fling it across the room, which can be entertaining, but it's heavy. It's not like a pith ball or anything. It's not going to cause any serious damage, but it's like a little heavy piece of plastic there. It's not like they sell those worms that Logan loves. There's a set that they sell that we've gotten a few times that has wooden balls attached to the worm. That's the most dangerous cat toy I think that we've ever seen. Second most dangerous, I'd say, actually. Okay, maybe... you know what? It's in the top 10. It's a very dangerous cat toy because Logan will take the worm, like I was just explaining, he'll fling it. He'll shake it with his head so that ball sends it flying. And it's a fun thing to do when the ball's made of, say, rubber or pith or something. But when it's made of a solid block of wood, I swear it's going to like dent the walls or give me a concussion or something. So that one doesn't come around anymore. Then I think of, there was a set of laser pointers that we got, like 3 or 4 of the same set that was real popular on Amazon for a while, I guess. Maybe it was on sale or whatever. And it is a great set of laser pointers. I don't know if it's even still there. My guess is that it's not even legal to sell laser pointers like this anymore. But somebody sent a whole set of them for one of our families of cats, probably because they were really cheap on sale, And that's one of the very few times that I have ever taken something that was sent as an endowment and not given it to the adopter, because I just thought, somebody's going to get these lasers and not realize how extremely they were. So, they were. It was a set of a red laser, a blue laser, and a green laser. And the red laser seemed like a fairly standard, red laser, fine. But the blue laser and green laser were both, the green laser was so extremely bright and powerful, it was scary. And the blue laser was so hard to see that you would be afraid of, like, it being more powerful, like deceptively powerful, So yeah, it's very scary. That green laser, I've still got them, actually, because the green laser is pretty awesome, just not as a cat toy. It's way too scary for that. Yeah, those little red laser pointers that they usually sell they're about this long, they're little short ones that just take a set of 3 little watch batteries or whatever, the tiny little red laser pointers. Obviously, they put warning labels on them for a reason. They are dangerous. You need to use some kind of caution, but they're not that dangerous. The little red ones are not that dangerous. But once you start getting into anything that's more powerful than that, you really got to think about what you're doing. Even with the red ones, you got to think about what you're doing. But that green one, I can't really even tell you how it was scary to me. I won't even really play with it because I'm afraid it'll catch a reflection and just blind you in an instant. It's really something else though. It's very cool. I can't believe they sold the whole set of 3 of them for like $5 or something. It was a different time, though. There was I don't know. That was just a few years ago, but it wasn't too much longer ago that you could buy some seriously high-powered lasers. Just hop on, eBay or Amazon and buy stuff that way more high-powered than that. stuff that was legitimately dangerous. And now I don't think those are legal to sell without some kind of a, permit or something. At least not here in the States, but they were fun. I always wanted to get one of those. Of course, I got a laser cutter for a while, so that's even better, right? You just can't put it in your pocket. All right, let's weigh some babies. We've been watching this thing go around in circles. I'm hypnotized. I don't know about you guys, but let's weigh some kids. Let's see what these kids are weighing today. Find out. So we have both the boys right here, I believe, and we might as well start with them since the girls are both out of reach. This is going to be Ledge. Sorry, I'm going to call him Lodge forever, I'm sure, but his name is Ledger. And Lodge is just the name that comes to mind because we had one not too long ago. There we go. So that's Ledger. Weighs 24.7 ounces. That's like, the better part of 2 pounds anyway. Let's give, what is that, 1.5 pounds? Exactly, I guess. Almost exactly. So that's our little Ledger. And then we have his brother. Oh, hi. Maybe we should grab you while you're here since you were being so dynamic and running all over the place like you do. This is Farthing. She is a Farthing most of the time. She does run all over the place. She's a big explorer. 25.4. All right, that's a metric inch, like we call it. I don't know what that meant. Okay. There we go. So that's Farthing. And you come over here, Farthing. Now we got, this is Doubloons. A little Doubloonitic. I don't know, is her whole entire nose going to be gray by the time she grows up? She was born with these little spots, and I think they're slowly merging. She doesn't want me to look. Okay, she just wants to play. I know, she's so big on the play. All right, so right here, that's Doubloons. Doubloons weighs 24.2-ish. I see our scale's a little bit unbalanced, but we'll call that 24.2. That's fine. And that leaves us with the younger Grump. Whoa. He was not expecting me to pick him up, and he had to freak out. He had to keep freaking out. I expected him to stop if I just held him for a second. Okay. He wants to go back to his toy. Hang on, pal. We got to reboot, okay? We got to reboot. Reboot. There you go. Think about something new for a minute. Let's take your weight, all right? There you go. All right. This is a Quid, our little boy Quid, the one that's usually got the grumpy face. Look how beautiful his eyes are, though. Wow. He's not thinking about this. He's thinking about going back to his toy. 23.8. All right. I think that makes you the smallest, too, but you are so big because you've got so much floof. I guess you put all that work into floofiness. Oh, somebody pulled it out. Look at that. That was inevitable, I'm sure. They'll do that even if the tail's not there, by the way. They will pick it up even without the tail, but it's just, they do it a lot more with. Buddy, I'm going to have to bother you even more. You were already like top on my list of kittens that need bothering. And now you're going to need even more bothering. Look at that face. You know what's coming. You know you're going to get bothered all the time. Now I'm never going to leave you alone. No peace. That's right. I'm going to continue to annoy you until you start to enjoy my company. That's the way it's going to work, buddy. That's our plan. Well, let's take a minute to go see the rest of the cats around the house real quick, especially since I need to talk to all of you about getting them adopted again. And I apologize for that. A little bit. I apologize for that a little bit. I can't apologize too much because in the end, as I've said, that is ultimately the reason that we do any of this. That doesn't mean that I don't feel bad about kind of getting on and being pushy, about getting kittens adopted. I really hate to do that, but once in a while, I think it's justified. Look at these girls. This class is really separated themselves into girls and boys right from the beginning, with the boys being a little more reserved and the girls being a little bit more crazy, which seems backwards, I guess. It's just, I don't know if it is backwards. It's probably just my perception of the situation. But they're so fun. All right, there we go. Okay, I'm leaving the room, guys. You are not. You are going to stay there. Okay. All right, let's go take a look around. So right here, right off the bat, we have Sir Wellington's. Wellington's is one of the younger, older kittens. He and his sister both do need to be adopted. They are wild. He really has turned into, in my opinion, Tommy Jr. And not just in the way that he looks a lot like Tommy, but also just everything. He's got that like sort of chunky softness to him like Tommy had when he was getting older, but mostly in his personality, which is very, maybe a little excessively playfully bitey, but very, very friendly. So he's getting along with everybody. Of course, he and his sister and the other 3 kittens, not very good with new cats, especially with the new kittens, the way I would have thought. They have been very slow to come around to accepting the new kittens. Now, they are accepting them, of course, but usually, I think most often, when you have young kittens like Wellington's here, and you introduce them to young kittens like the ones in the room here, you might get just an initial moment of, what is that? I don't understand. But usually kittens are very quick to make friends with each other. And these guys, none of them, including the slightly older kittens, like Raindrop here, surprisingly, with Raindrop being the most social and friendly of the group anyway, she also does not trust or want the little kittens around, and just growls and growls and growls and growls the whole time that she can see them around. So that's interesting to me, and I don't know what it means for their adopter. I do think that they would learn to get along, but they're a little bit slower about doing it than a lot of kittens would be. I get so nervous when they sit on this shelf. I don't know why I put it up here. I know, maybe someday I'll take it down, but they love it. It's pretty high up, as you can see. Okay. Now, where's all that noise coming from? We're just going to take a little walk down here to my office. I know we don't get into here too often. I can leave the hex bug while we're here. Oh, there's nothing in here. Okay, I thought I heard kittens clashing in here, but it was my imagination, so definitely not that. This thing has not, it's been used just a little bit. I don't know how well you can see that. That's why it doesn't make it out on the stream too much anymore. And that's only one panel. The others are just as bad, but I do have everything I need to repair it. I've got the right kind of rice-based glue and the right paper and all the stuff that I would potentially need to fix it, except, of course, the wherewithal, I suppose. I'll get around to it eventually. You know, I did fix that other one, and now it's unfixed itself because I didn't do it properly. But you learn. You live and learn. Don't you? Okay. Here's Eddie. Hi, Ed. Eddie, would you look up at us so we can see how beautiful your eyes are, though, buddy? Eddie never, ever plays along when I want him to look at my hand. He's always going to look at something else. Okay. Aw. That is Drizzle right here, who is just brushing up against Eddie. I can tell because she's got that beautiful purple collar on. This is our boy Teaspoon with the Polaris cat toy, which has been a pretty good one as far as an automatic laser goes. Although this second one that we got, the laser is very dim. Like, you probably can't even see. Oh, I guess you can see it a little bit. Yeah, I guess it does all right. Pretty dim, though. The first one we got was not that dim. Okay, so let's see. That's our Drizzle. This is Custard and Teaspoon with Eddie in the background. He's obscured, though. There's been a custard eclipse. There we go. A full custard eclipse. All right. So Drizzle, purple collar. She needs to be adopted. She's a sweetheart. And then we've got Raindrop, her sister, who also needs to be adopted. Also a sweetheart. Aw, look at them rubbing on each other. Very cute. And in here we have the third of the three sisters, Tabby's sisters. This is then Sprout. Sprout has the pink collar, or should. There we go. And of them, obviously, we always want our kittens to be adopted together. I think in this particular group of cats and kittens that I'm sort of pimping today, it really would help if they were adopted in pairs. I don't know if it matters as much what the pairs are, because they all love each other very much in groups. There are some that seem to like each other more than others, but I think the way it really breaks down is like Raindrop is just liked more by everybody because she's a little more social. Maybe. Maybe that's not the case. I don't know. Certainly, I think if I were choosing how to put them together, I would probably pair Raindrop with Serenity, who's up here. This one. Hi, Serenity. Oh, I stood up a little too quick. My blood pressure was not prepared for that. It's got to adjust. Okay, so this is Serenity. Now, Serenity is an enigma. DJ calls her a weirdo. She says Serenity is a weirdo. Oh, and that's exactly what I mean right there. She just grabbed my hand in a way that was not entirely play, but not entirely mean either. She's not a mean kitty. She's a very good kitty. In fact, she's a super sweetheart. And while she's been here, she's been through so much. But she's super wonderful and healthy now and very playful. And she is just a kitten herself. I know she came to us as a potential mom cat, but she's also very young. Even when she was going to be a mom cat, we knew that she was only under a year old anyway. So wonderful that way too. She loves to play. She does love to snuggle. You're not going to see it right now because she is in her sort of like back off mode. Which is, it's okay. That's all right. As long as you understand, when how she's feeling. And she does make it very clear. And like I said, she's not going to hurt anybody. She's not like that. But sometimes she does get just a little extra riled up and doesn't understand that she shouldn't be playing and sort of batting like that at people. Which is why I think she would make an excellent companion to be adopted with Raindrop. Because Raindrop, on the other hand, is always sociable towards her people and never really sets her own agenda when it comes to that. So, if you adopted them together, you would have one kitten that is always going to be there for you. But, as is very important, you would also then have them able to play and entertain each other because they both have so much energy and they really need to work it out every day, or else you're going to end up with more ruined furniture and more destroyed things in your home than you would otherwise. Not to say that isn't going to happen a little bit anyway, but people that have just one cat and don't make the time to wear them out every day can find that that's more of a problem for them than for others. And I think that's true of almost any kind of animal that you might own. I remember I had a friend that was an equestrian when I was younger, and she talked about horses the same way, where if you didn't work that horse out every day, it was going to start causing trouble, acting out. And I think any pet is that way, and that's why adopting cats together can be good, because they really can help take care of each other a little bit and take some of that burden off of you. So those two, I think, would be a great match together, Raindrop and Serenity. And you can see Serenity was even treating Raindrop the same way as me, where she was like, back off. I want to take a nap. I don't want you kids around right now. But they know how to manage each other and they get along very well. This is Squall. I don't think I mentioned her yet, but she is the sister of, there we go, Wellingtons, who's right here now. So Squall and Wellingtons are brother and sister. They would be fine to go together, but they would also be fine to go with others. And of course, these are the ones that I had to bottle raise because their mom did not come to the academy. She was just too feral. So they have a slightly different upbringing than the others. And I would say possibly just a little bit more tolerant. Well, this one is, I should say, Squall is a little bit more of that. I would say tolerant of like people interfering with her as a result. Also, though, she's going to make crazy demands on her owner. She likes to clean my nose. It's her favorite thing to do. And she will insist on sitting on my chest while I'm laying down and just cleaning my nose, grooming my face. And now that she's growing up, her tongue is getting very... people compare cat tongues to sandpaper. I don't think that's a good fit. It's like a whole bunch of tiny little knives, actually. Well, I shouldn't say that because she hasn't broken my skin by licking me, but it seems like it's only a matter of time. I'm going to start showing up on the stream with all the little like skin on the end of my nose worn off. I'm going to look like Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. So it's sweet, though. She's so sweet. She's just a total sweetheart. And she and her brother just never get tired of snuggling. They have the softest fur. So, like I was saying, they could go together, but I think they would be just as happy adopted with any of the others as well. So, real good pairings all around. You could always do like a Squall with a Drizzle, or with Sprout, or Drizzle and Sprout together, and Squall and Wellington together. Keep the families kind of intact. There's just so many options. So, if you are thinking that these kittens are pretty cool and you would like to have one in your life, the application is on our website, which is kitten.academy. That's too much. You know that's too much. She's getting her tail played with, and I'm probably going to take the brunt of the payback for that. Yeah, okay, Raindrop. You set me up. Betrayed. So yeah, I think I was in the middle of saying, if you do want to apply, it's on our website. Kitten.academy is our website. It's just kitten.academy. There's no comms. There's no W's in Kitten Academy. If you thought maybe there's a W in Kitten Academy, maybe you should attend Kitten Academy. We don't really do spelling lessons here very often. Not unheard of. So yeah, it's just kitten.academy. No www, no com, just kitten.academy. Go there. There's an application. It's in the menu. You can fill it out. It's very long. I'm so sorry. But I think you recognize that what we want is the very best homes for the kittens. That's what's important. I've always said it's not first come, first served. It really is. Dawes takes all the applications. They put them up on a wall with thumbtacks, and then they throw darts at them. And a kitten gets adopted. That's not true at all. They put a lot of work into making sure that they pick the very best applicants, the very best fit, I should say, not applicants, the very best fit for that cat out of what they have. So it's never first come, first serve, but, if somebody is going to apply to adopt one kitten and somebody applies to adopt two kittens, usually I think they give a little preference to the two, all other things being equal. But if all things aren't equal, that doesn't necessarily mean they wouldn't go for the guy that's just adopting the one. You just never know. What I would say is very clearly, if you apply and you aren't the one that gets to adopt the kittens, that doesn't mean you're not a good adopter. Doesn't mean that at all. It doesn't mean that Dawes wouldn't adopt you. In fact, very often what happens is people will apply and Dawes will say, I'm so sorry. We've got all these kittens that are adopted, out already. We've got it all figured out, but we liked your application. So next time, we'll keep it on file and you just let us know if you want to think about applying it to a future kitty instead. They do that kind of thing fairly often too. So that's also something to consider. And just not the application not getting the kitten that you initially applied for happens all the time. And I know it does kind of stink in the moment, but there's an endless list of people that have had that happen to them. And then later on, like I said, came back around for another kitten they fell in love with and got that one. And it turned out to just be exactly the right thing for them. So, things have a way of sort of working out for the best, I think. All that's a very long-winded way of saying kitten.academy. We need to find some adopters for these kittens so we can bring in our next new mom cat. I've already got Dawes kind of poking around going, hey, 'tis the season. You guys ready for another mom cat or what? And right now, DJ's saying, yeah, not so much. We got a little bit of a backlog here to clear before we bring in the next one. So that's exactly what we're doing. These are some real good kittens, though. All right, I'm done with that. That's crazy having to talk like that. You guys know these are good kittens. I don't have to tell you these are good kittens. You know good kittens. And you also know I've got a lot to get done today. So I'm going to go get to it. Start the day running some errands. So it's up to all of you to keep an eye on these kittens. Who do you think we should leave in charge while I'm gone? I think Serenity. She seems very level-headed this morning and not at all grumpy. She seems like me before I've had my coffee. Hi, buddy, Teaspoon. We didn't talk about you much. There's not too much to talk about, of course. He's just the same old, same old. And we got to get his appointment set up soon, though, because he's ready. It's time, buddy. You can't stay here forever. I know. We got to get your heart fixed up. Okay, pal. Hi. He is so cute, though. He's such a unique boy too. Like DJ was saying about Serenity, being a weirdo, but he's kind of a weirdo too in his own way. Not the same way, but he moves at a different speed. And he's got that bulldog stance. I was noticing that he's had that bulldog stance since he was a kitten. And a lot of kittens have it, but he has never grown out of it, where he's still, I'm sure you'll see it when he sits, especially. You see it when he sits, but he does do it when he walks too, if you're watching. When he sits, you'll see his shoulders and his front legs, he keeps them sort of extra wide, and it looks like a cartoon bulldog sort of sitting there with the big, wide, broad shoulders. It's very silly. DJ thinks he doesn't even know how to hiss. She's never seen him say a negative word to anybody. He would be at home on the range, I suppose. Where, seldom has heard a discouraging word. Okay, folks, I do got to wrap it up. Thank you so much for joining me this morning. I'm so sorry I made the chat too small to read. I mean, I can, if I squint really hard and hold the phone right at my face, I probably can read it a little bit. So, yeah. Oh, that was if not a discouraging word, it was at least I'm out of here. Custard, you big bully. No, that's all right. I know Custard was just trying to play there. I think this guy knows it too. It's just a heavyweight. Okay, everybody. Thanks again. And, we'll see all you next time. So if you want to keep watching, you know what to do. And I will see you next time. Whoa. I'm a little too trusting. She's going to lean right into my hand. There's nothing there. I wasn't trying to catch you. I think any of the kittens would let me flip them around like that, but not with as little protest as she just had. One hand. I know. Okay, ready? Here we go. Whoop. Oh, DJ switched out the art. Did I show you that? And she also switched out this one. Oh, that's way reflective glass on there. Wow. Okay, well. So much clearer. I think that the reason it's so much clearer is we had them use glass that's like super UV resistant, so that would be sure to last forever. But it turns out it's pretty shiny stuff. So, All right, that's it. I just want to show you. DJ put up some different art. She just switched out the old art, new art. I think we're going to do rotating art for a while. That's one way. That's Ari. It looks like Drizzle. I can't see the collar, but yes, Drizzle. You can tell because she's a little darker. Custard is just pushing everybody out of the way. Did I say I was going to go? All right, I'm going to go. I know, serious drizness in here.